In 1897, a cargo ship traveling from Romania to England washes ashore, abandoned and without a single survivor. A lighthouse crew discovers the wreck and retrieves the captain's log, which reveals the harrowing events that befell the crew. 4 weeks earlier, Captain Elliot and his first mate, Wojciech, search for sailors to man the Demeter for its voyage to England. A Cambridge-educated doctor, Clemens, offers his services, but Wojciech initially rejects him in favor of other recruits. Determined, Clemens follows the ship regardless. As cargo is loaded, one worker becomes unnerved upon seeing a crate marked with a dragon symbol. Distracted by fear, he loses his grip on it, nearly crushing Elliot's young grandson, Toby. Clemens intervenes just in time, saving the boy. Shaken, the superstitious worker quits, warning that the dragon symbol is a bad omen. Grateful for Clemens's heroism, Elliot welcomes him aboard alongside crew members Abrams, Olgarin, Petrovsky, Larson, and Joseph. Toby later gives Clemens a tour of the vessel, introducing him to the livestock and his loyal dog, Huckleberry. During dinner with the crew, Clemens shares his curiosity about understanding the world's workings. Meanwhile, the mysterious dragon-marked crate begins to shift, toppling over as something stirs within. The voyage proceeds uneventfully, until the crew discovers that Huckleberry and several livestock have been savagely killed. Toby, heartbroken over the loss of his dog and his failure to protect the animals, is comforted by Clemens. After disposing of the carcasses, the men search the cargo hold and make a chilling discovery: a barely alive woman hidden inside one of the crates. Clemens performs blood transfusions to keep her alive. Tensions rise when Petrovsky mocks Clemens and the woman, prompting Clemens to retaliate, only to have Larson threaten him with a knife. Later, Toby quietly tells Clemens that the woman has spoken faintly, revealing her name, Anna. That night, Petrovsky stands watch on deck while the rest of the crew sleeps. A faint knocking echoes through the darkness, drawing him to investigate. Out of the shadows, a gaunt, sickly-looking creature emerges, crawling toward him with unnatural movements. Before Petrovsky can react, the monster lunges, slashing his throat with razor-sharp claws and draining the life from him in a brutal frenzy. At dawn, the crew discovers Petrovsky's blood smeared across the deck. Suspicion immediately falls on Clemens, despite the fact that he was the one who reported the attack, when Wojciech accuses him in front of the others. Later that night, Olgarin and Larson take over the watch. The same creature strikes again, seizing Larson and dragging his face along the wooden boards before devouring him. Olgarin scrambles up the rigging in desperation, but the predator pursues him with terrifying speed, sinking its teeth into his head. Though left alive, Olgarin is critically wounded. Restrained in a bed for treatment, Olgarin's condition worsens. By nightfall, he breaks free, his humanity gone, replaced by a ravenous, bloodthirsty hunger. He targets young Toby, forcing the boy to barricade himself inside the captain's quarters. Hearing the commotion, the crew rushes below deck and subdues Olgarin. Anna grabs a rifle and blasts the lock off the door to rescue Toby, but it's too late. The creature has already found him, draining most of his blood. The next night, Abrams is posted on deck, but Joseph, desperate to escape, knocks him unconscious and attempts to flee in a lifeboat. His effort proves futile. The winged monster hunts him down in open water, killing him and sending the blood-soaked boat drifting back to the Demeter. With Toby clinging to life under care, Olgarin is now bound to the ship's mast. In a trance-like state, he claims he can hear every heartbeat and every rush of blood on board. As the sun rises, he begins to scream, the sunlight searing his skin, before bursting into flames. Wojciech ends his suffering with a single gunshot. In the aftermath, Anna confides in Clemens, revealing the truth. In her village, near a foreboding castle, the creature was known, Count Dracula. He had bitten her, intending to keep her as a living blood reserve for the voyage. The transfusions Clemens administered had delayed her transformation, sparing her from Olgarin's fate. Captain Elliot proposes stopping at the next port to save the remaining crew, but the men object. Doing so would forfeit the lucrative bonus they had been promised. Fearing Toby will share Olgarin's fate, the crew wraps the boy in a sheet to commit his body to the sea. Anna offers a solemn prayer, but grief blinds Captain Elliot. He swears he sees Toby move. Unwrapping the sheet, Elliot is met with horror. Toby has turned, his eyes vacant, fangs bared. Sunlight sears the boy's flesh, and Elliot's own hands blister as he tries to hold him. The crew casts Toby into the ocean, where he finally succumbs, leaving Elliot shattered and broken. As the Demeter nears England, fear grips the crew. They cannot allow Dracula to reach shore. Elliot, sinking deeper into delusion, insists the creature could bring Toby back. Anna talks him down, and the sailors resolve to make their final stand by taking Dracula down with the ship. Wojciech resists, unwilling to destroy the vessel he calls home, but the others are resolute. Night falls. The crew readies themselves. The vampire strikes swiftly, swooping in to slaughter Abrams. Elliot, determined to die with the Demeter, stays at the helm. Wojciech crashes through a section of the deck, shattering his leg. Dracula descends on him, killing him before turning his gaze to Elliot. Clemens intervenes, but Dracula's strength is overwhelming. The monster lifts him by the throat. Speaking for the first time, Dracula hisses, "You will." Anna fires a rifle, then cuts the ship's mast, pinning the beast long enough for her and Clemens to abandon ship. Moments later, the Demeter smashes into the English coastline, where the lighthouse crew discovers the wreck. Dracula, however, slips away into the night. At dawn, Clemens notices Anna's skin pale and her eyes darkening. The vampiric change is returning. He offers another transfusion, but she refuses, knowing it will only delay the inevitable. As the sun rises, she steps into its light, burning away to ash. Clemens reaches London to the news that the Demeter's entire crew is dead. At a nearby pub, he inquires about the abbey where Dracula once resided. Then, faint but unmistakable, he hears the same knocking that haunted the ship. Dracula is here, disguised as a man, leaning on his ornate wolf-headed cane. Clemens follows him into the streets, vowing never to rest until the creature is sent back to hell.